We have some breaking news to report. We've learned no federal charges will be brought against Hillary Clinton following a review of the FBI's investigation into the private email server she used while Secretary of State. Congressman Jason Chaffetz, chairman of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, tweeted, FBI director just informed us, based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July with respect to Secretary Clinton. In the full letter, FBI Director James Comey says, I write to supplement my October 28, 2016 letter that notified you the FBI would be taking additional investigative steps with respect to former Secretary of State Clinton's use of a personal email server. Since my letter, the FBI investigative team has been working around the clock to process and review a large volume of emails from a device obtained in connection with an unrelated criminal investigation. During that process, we reviewed all of the communications that were to or from Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State. Based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July with respect to Secretary Clinton. I am very grateful to the professionals at the FBI for doing an extraordinary amount of high-quality work in a short time. And that again from James Comey, the FBI director. Joining me now on the phone is CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reed. Paula, explain to us the significance here. This was something that was not necessarily expected from Director Comey this quickly after that initial letter on October 28th.
Exactly. We had no idea that this was coming, certainly over the weekend. We've been asking every day, asking our sources, how long will it take to review these emails? Elaine, what they were looking for was anything that was new, that they had not previously reviewed in their original review, and that could include anything that could result in charges, which means somebody lied to the FBI or mishandled classified information. And what the director is saying here is that even though there are some new emails they haven't seen, they're not significant. It does not appear that anyone lied to the FBI or mishandled classified information. This is, of course, much welcome news, I'm sure, for the Clinton campaign, but they probably also would prefer that the FBI director had not come out with this ambiguous warning of about 10 days ago saying that new emails had been found and sort of once again resurrecting this very controversial email server that she had.
Paula, some people might wonder, we were talking about hundreds of thousands of emails, yes, in this latest batch. How was the FBI conducting this investigation and going through all of those emails?
There was a special software that they actually designed. They've used it in previous cases, but it has to be formulated specifically for this case. So they used a software that knew and had knowledge of all of the emails that they had previously looked for. The software could also flag any potentially classified information, because that's really what would be a game changer here. So that's how they were able to look through a lot of these very quickly, at least an initial scan, to flag anything that could potentially change this case. Again, as Comey said, our status remains the same as it was in July when he recommended no charges. And the only thing that would have changed that would have been classified information or evidence that someone, Secretary Clinton or anyone else, lied in the course of the investigation.
All right, Paula, stand by for us. We have also joining us on the phone is CBS News senior political editor Steve Chigueras. Steve, talk to us about the significance of this. Here we are just 48 hours away from Election Day.
Yeah, I wonder if this is just might be a little too late for the Clinton folks. I mean, obviously they'll be very happy to see this email. They were very unhappy at what the FBI director said, or at least what had come out last week or the week before last on all of this. But think about how many people have voted already with early voting. Moreover, 41 million votes already cast in an election where we're likely to have over 125 million at the very least votes. And also, you know, these things, if there was any damage to be done from the original FBI story that came out, that damage, you know, it may be a little too late to reverse that. We haven't seen a lot of evidence that there is a lot of damage that's done from that as well. But, you know, in terms of the political ramifications of this, at the very least, for the folks that they're trying to convince at the last minute to get out and vote, if there was anybody who was negatively affected by the original FBI news that came out the week before last, this is welcome news for the Clinton campaign, and you'll see them touting this over the next couple of days to make sure they remind voters who haven't voted yet that this is out there.
All right, Steve, as we take this double box here, I want to explain to our viewers what we're looking at. On the left-hand side of your screen there, we expect Donald Trump, who has just landed in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to descend down those stairs and to begin a rally there, one of many campaign events that he has scheduled on this day. On the right there, of course, President Obama, where Hillary Clinton had a rally. Is this a live picture, guys? In Kissimmee, Florida, this is a live picture of President Obama, who is campaigning with Hillary Clinton in Kissimmee, Florida. And we're continuing to watch. Steve, I wonder, as we watch these pictures and wait for Donald Trump to come down those stairs, what position does he now find himself in? We heard, of course, Mr. Trump initially, when FBI Director Comey came out in July, came to his conclusions that there was no criminal wrongdoing, but that, in fact, Secretary Clinton had been careless. We heard Donald Trump criticize FBI Director Comey, and then when this October 28th letter came out, we heard Donald Trump praise Director Comey. Now, with this latest news, how might that impact what we hear from Mr. Trump?
Well, clearly it'll change his line of argument. I'm actually fascinated to see what tack he takes on this, mainly because what he's been saying pretty regularly over the last few days is, do we want a president who is going to be under investigation from the FBI? Well, now this letter takes that line of argument away from him because, as Comey is saying here, there is no more investigation. It doesn't change anything in terms of reopening an investigation. So that's going to take that line away from Trump. I'll be interested to see how he pivots. I think he'll clearly continue to criticize Hillary Clinton in the emails. He'll continue to suggest that there are, potentially other clouds that may be following Hillary Clinton. But the specific argument about Comey and the FBI looking into these emails again, he loses that 48 hours before the election. It's probably not something that they want to see. But, I think, again, as I said before, we're so close to the election that, that folks who are affected by this, which it's probably a smaller number than we originally thought, it'll be interesting to see how much this changes the sort of dynamic the next couple of days. And again, I'm going to watch very closely to see how Trump handles this. Does he continue? Does he switch back up to say that the system is rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton or not? Since he had praised the FBI in the last week or so, saying maybe it isn't as rigged as we thought it was.
All right, Steve Chigueras and Paula Reed, thanks to you both. We're going to let you both work the phones.